Hi and welcome back to Crafty Calamity. Today I'm going back in with the Cupcake Boutique. Yesterday I was going to make a video, but I ended up getting all my measurements wrong, so I ended up not doing it, and I ended up making just one card off screen. So we are coming back in, as I said, with this Cupcake Boutique. So I've gone through my pad. Last week I did this top one here, so this week I'm coming back in with some of the other ones that I haven't done yet. So we've got this one, and we've got this one, and we've got this one, and then finally this one. So I've already decoupaged them up, ready to go onto the card. So we're going to come in with this teacup, teapot and cupcakes and a cake. So onto a blue already cut piece of card. So I'm going to find a piece of paper. I might go with, I don't think there's any matching papers that really go with this style of card. Oh, actually there. So we can use this one, that piece, and what was that other one? Just see another one that I could use as well. Right, that's the same. Where are you? I'm sure I had another one with teapots on. Maybe this pink one as well. More fingers and thumbs today, guys. So I'm thinking of putting a border underneath, so a matte and layer one, but I'm gonna see if I can find a bit of gold, not gold, blue glitter paper. It's not really card, it's too flimsy to be card, so I don't know if the blue is going to be too bright though, so bear with. I might come in with my gold and do something like maybe like that, and then put the topper on the top, and then put a sentiment on the top there and a ribbon. So okay, let's see what size this card is. Have a look. So it's a just over 4, just over 8. So 8 1/4 and 4 and a bit. Let's bring my trimmer in. So yeah, just over the 4 and a bit. So I'm going to cut it down to, I'm going to try 4 notches under the 4 and see. Like I say, my measurements for doing this at the moment is kind of like trial it as I go along. Whereas other people I've watched are quite good at doing this sort of stuff. Me personally, I'm a little bit slower with my workings out because it takes me a little longer to figure things out. But I get there in the end. the end result is always the best result, as I say. So I got that bit, and then it's whether I'm going to go in with the pink or whether I'm going to go in just with the green bit and do the green on top of the gold and the blue, and then or the pink on top of the gold and the blue, to make it a little bit different. But I think the green, because in the topper, it's got, in the decoupage topper, it's got the teapot and them cups in that one, whereas that's not. So I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to cut this in half because this is 6 by 6. So I'm going to cut this down to the 3. Hopefully I've got more paper if this doesn't go to plan, guys. Which I think I've gone the wrong way on this already, because I was going to do it landscape, not portrait. So that goes on like that. Maybe I can do a bit there, a bit there, and maybe put that in the middle like so. Might have to, yeah, I think something like that might look good. So we'll try that. We'll go with that anyway. Then we can take it from there, can't we? Can't I? See how we go. Just take a little bit of that off. See, on some of my stuff I do keep some of my offcuts, but I don't on these papers, because I've got so many of them and I've had them for such a long time. I've decided I'm not really going to keep any of the offcuts, because I probably won't be using these again with really any type of card, but whatever I've got left over from the collection I probably will keep and probably use again. So there we go, see, and that's better. So now I'm going to do the other one to the other side. My space in here for crafting on this desk is just a normal computer table, so it's not overly big, so I'm kind of stuck for space really. So everything's all in right on top of one another. I can't move things over to the side because I've got stuff everywhere in here. And so yeah, similar, something like that I think. Let's just put this away. Sorry if you can hear noise from outside. I do have my window open because it's quite warm here at the moment, and I had to turn my fan off so that you don't hear the fan over me talking. I'm not a very loud talker. Come on, glue. My glue's a bit clogged up. There we go. Unclog it. Got a little scrap bin by the side of me that I put all my little bits in, because my bin's across the other side of the room, so rather than me getting up every 5 seconds to go to the bin, I just have a scrap bin by the side of me on the desk. So right, I'm going to stick this bit of this bit of gold glittery piece of paper onto that, and then we're going to stick these on with the same principle. With my Clout all-purpose glue, or Clout, wherever it's pronounced, not Clout. And then stick that bit on that side. Then I'm going to go to the other side. stick this other bit on the other side. I think maybe I could get away with my tacky glue for some of these papers because less splurge. So that's the front of the card, or the base of the card. So then I'm going to come in with this one, which is the topper. The topper. I don't know whether I'm going to, because it's got such a almighty depth to it, I don't think I'm going to put that on sticky pads, but I think I might end up just going like that, or maybe taking it to the left a bit more, and then I can put a sentiment on there, or maybe I'll just leave it like that. Leave it a little bit like that. Yeah, I'm going to put it there. I could go in with a little bit of ribbon, but I should have put that on beforehand, but I don't think this is the right colour green, to be honest. I think I needed a darker green, but no, I'm going to leave it without the ribbon. So I'm going to just stick this down to what I've just glued on, and hopefully it will stick down. I nearly put it on upside down then, folks. Hopefully it will stick down alright. And then I find I've got these like scrapbook like sentiments and stuff, so I can find something that might go with this topper. So I've got one here that says sweet, so I think that looks pretty cool. It's already got sticky foam pads on the back. These are what I brought from the pound shop quite a while ago as well, so they probably don't do them now. I forgot I had them actually. I've been sorting out my craft room on over a couple of weeks, because I needed to make a little bit of space in my room, because it was getting a little bit cluttered and a little bit hard to do anything in here because I was running out of space for stuff. Yeah, so right, so now I've done that, put that topper on, sweet. I think that looks pretty cool. I'm just trying to open up my gem pot, which is very awkward. Just going to tip my gems. I've got the right one open, so I'm going to go in with these light coloured green ones and go in the two corners. So I'm going to go in this bottom corner. I'm going to put 3 on there. I'll use my picky up tool, which I only got these yesterday from Amazon. 10 picky up tools for £6.99, I think. These are not very big gems. Could do with probably bigger ones for these cards really. I've got other gems, but these ones are to hand. It's just this tacky glue. Knocked it over. So now I'm going to go on this side and just put one at the bottom. Hopefully, I'm sure this tacky glue does dry clear, I'm hoping, because if it doesn't, then it's not going to look good on my card, is it? But hey hey. There we go. So that is card number 1. So I'm just going to have a bit of a clear away, and I'm going to come back in with card number 2. Right, so now I'm ready for my second card. So I'm going to have a bit of this glitter pink card, which is from the Works. So I'm putting it on a 8x8 blank card with the cupcake paper, and then the cupcakes all sitting on a, what do they call that, cake stand. Now I'm just deciding what colour glitter I want, whether I want a light pink, a deep pink, pale pink, like this one, which matches my card more. Sorry, excuse me. No. I think it might have to be the brighter pink, so it brings it out a little bit better. Brings the colour of the pale pinks and the paper, patterned paper, and the cupcakes itself. So I'm going to go in with my chopping board, not my chopping board, my cutting board, my trimmer even, and I'm going to take it down to, I'm going to go 4 notches under the 8 inches, and the same with the other way, 4 notches under the 8 inches. See if that works. Where's my card? I'm sure this was an 8x8. Yeah, so that's an 8x8. I don't know, sometimes I don't know whether it's my trimmer or whether it's the actual cardstock that I've cut that's wonky and not straight, because to me that's gone over that side, so I'm going to take a fraction off of that side just to see. Yeah, so I went 4, so I'm going to go another 1 under, another 2 maybe, another 2. Hopefully that fits better on here. I mean, I didn't know whether I was going to be making a card today because I haven't been feeling 100% today since I got up. I haven't been sleeping very well at night. I'm waking up in the middle of the night. But I decided I wouldn't let my viewers down and decided I would make a couple of cards today. Last night I decided that I was going to prep the cards so it saves me a bit of time putting them all decoupaging together, because people that know how to make a card will know how to decoupage, and if they've done decoupage before. Decoupage is quite time consuming when you're doing more than one. If you're doing just the one decoupage, it's not so bad, but when you're doing more than one, it's a bit harder to do. So on this one I'm deciding I'm going to come in with some of my double-sided tape, just for the fact that I don't want this to slide around while I'm trying to do the ribbon. I've lost my scissors, found my scissors. So it's summer holidays for all the kids now, and there's a few kids I can hear playing out in the little bit of the green over the way where we live. There's no park or anything where we live. I don't have any children myself. Well, I have children, but I don't have young children anymore. Mine are all adults. My children are all grown up. One's married. I just realised I haven't put my light on to do my video. I wondered why it's a little bit dark in here. So I do apologise for the lighting on the video when you do watch this. Back. So I'm just going to put this card onto the top of this piece now. So I haven't cut this down. I've left this to 6 by 6 because I wanted the big border around the outside on the top of this card like that. And then I'm going to put this topper. I mean, this is quite a big card, so I've done it again. I forgot to put sort my ribbon out, guys. Hopefully on the next card I remember the ribbon. So on this one I was going to put the topper sort of like there. And then I was going to put the sentiment on the top, if I can find one that matches out of this bag of sentiments that I've got. So I can put, there's that one with best friend on it. There's that one with surprise. Surprise! I've got this one that says happy birthday. No, I think I'll use that on another card. They're quite big, some of these sentiments. I'm having a drop to find one. I've got so many of them. I think I'm going to go with that best friend one, to be honest. Yeah, I'm going to go with that one, best friend. So I'm not going to put these on pads to fix it to the card, because of it being a decoupage card. If I wanted to post it, or I wouldn't be able to go in. I'm going to put some more sticky pads on that one, I think, because it's a bit like, they've come with sticky pads on them, but they're not very good sticky pads, these ones. So I'm going to take these, no, I'm not going to take them off because I can't get them off. I'm going to try and find a thin one to put on there. There we go. A small one to put on the top here. There you go. So, put that on there. Take the back ends off. Kind of line it up there, and then on this one I'm going to put some bigger pink pearl gems on here, because I didn't like the other ones with the little tiny green ones. It didn't really work. So I'm coming in with these ones. Hopefully these ones are a little better on here. That was my pokey tool. So I'm going to put as if this pokey tool picks these up, because they're slightly bigger. Yeah, I have to tip them out and put them on a tray first, because it won't pick them up otherwise. I could have gone down on this bit with the gems. I might do that on the top bit on this side though. With my card, these choices of cards, I know the toppers look kind of small on these big cards, but I'm just trying to use up some of my old cards that I've got laying around, because I've decided that I'm going to start making my own cards. Didn't space them out very well, but I'm still learning as I go. I mean, I've never done YouTube videos before. So there we go, there's card number 2. I shall be back with my last card, card number 3, in a few seconds. Just going to clean down my space so I've got space to work. Okay guys, I'm back with card number 3. So this one I've got a pink card that's already cut, pre-made, blank. So the same as the others. Same as my first card, I mean. So it's an 8 1/4 by nearly 4 1/4 in size. So I'm going to use a little bit of the yellow card and put that over there with this on the top, which I'll have to cut down. I might have to use another sheet so I can go sort of like the middle and then down, but you'll see how it comes together. And I'm going to be using my Big Shot to cut out the oval shape, and then I'm going to emboss the yellow. So like before, as I said, I just work out all the measurements and that as I'm going along. So what did I say that was? 4 1/4. So this is 4 1/4, so I need to go, that's 4 1/4, that's 4 1/4, that's 4 1/2. So I'm going to go down to like 6 notches under the 4. See how big that is. It might be too small. Yep. So what am I going to do? So, sorry, I'm concentrating then, trying to figure out what I'm going to do because I've cut it too short. So I can have the edge there, or I can go in with my ribbon. I've only got, thing is I've only got yellow, or I've got pink actually. I could use a bit of pink, that one. No, maybe that one, or maybe this stitched one, which is a bit smaller, thinner, to go along there. Or I'll just cut. I know what I'm going to do. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to cut out a new piece of card. Bear with while I get my card out, because now I've got to rip out another piece of card out of this, my stash. So right, and keep that like that. So if I put my finger mark on the back, then I can go that way with it rather than the other way. And then if it's too wide, I can just trim that little bit off, trim a little tiny bit off of it, which I don't think, I think it's going to be alright. Yep, that's fine. So now I'm just going to trim off the little bit at the bottom of this one. Yeah, that'll be fine, I think. It's a little bit shorter than what I wanted, but I think it's going to work. And then, where is this one? So this one, I need to cut it a little bit shorter than this yellow piece. where that rose stem is. Keep my finger there so I don't lose my place. So that'll be like 2 notches under the 4. I don't know why this trimmer seems to like really like catch on this paper for some reason. I think it's because it's not very thick paper and it's kind of catching on the edges, so I normally have to end up trimming it with my scissors, but it makes a lot of mess. See, it's not very good, it's tearing it for some reason. So I'm just going to trim this bit off. There we go, put them there. Let's have a look now to see if how that is. So yeah, that looks cool. And I need another little bit to go down there, which is where I'm going to put the ribbon. So it doesn't show. I'm going to try and put the bad side under the ribbon over the bad side. So I'm going to go down to there, that dot. So I'll let you know what that measurement is in a minute. Which that's 4.5. Still tearing it. It's a little bit short, but we can work with that. I don't really like these papers with the trimmer because, as I say, they're just really tearing the paper up. I don't know why. I think it's time to... Can't be my blade because my trimmer's fairly new. So now we're going to use that, and we're going to put a bit of ribbon. I'm going to glue a bit of... So I'm going to... Before I glue that on, I'm going to stick that, I'm going to use a tacky glue to try and figure out where I need to put that ribbon. So if that goes on there like so, and then that bit goes on there like so. So this I might have to put this, you might have to excuse me while I put this through my die machine, my embossing machine, because I've only got a manual one, I don't have an electric one, so you just have to bear with me for a second while I do this. This is why I might start, before I do videos, I might actually start doing a prep before I do my videos, because the simple fact is that I'm all in view and you can't see me doing this because I only have a machine that's manual, so it's going to take me a while. Because I've not used this machine that often, so you'll have to bear with me for a second or two. Like I say, I've not used this that excessive amount. That crackling you hear is just my machine running my embossing folder through. Hopefully it's embossed it, which it has. I don't know, I've got to turn it around because I need to do the other side of it, the other end, because unfortunately my embossing folder is not that big. They're only small ones, and now I've lost my other plate. I found my other plate. So just bear with me again while I run this through the machine again. It's a butterfly and flower one, so I'm hoping that what I'm doing is going to work for what I want. So that's that embossed, so that's pretty cool. So now I'm going to put on my ribbon, which I might go for this bright pink one actually. Something that stands out on the card, because everything else is pale. So I need that to go across there, like so. And I need to stick it on the back of the paper, but I don't want to go too tight with it, because it will end up screwing the paper up. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put on a bit of double-sided tape on either side of this, just a tiny bit, to adhere the ribbon to it. And then we'll stick it onto the embossed paper that I've just done. I'm just going to grab my pokey tool and pull off this backing. So as I was saying last week about talking about my nan, that she was the one that done like knitting, crocheting, card making, and making clothes for dolls, and oops, put that in the wrong place. Take that off, redo it. It needs to go up a little bit higher, because I want it to go across the join on there, not on the join on the back of it. I want it to go across the join on the front of it. So we're going to do that. Hopefully it won't move. I'll stick this side down. There we go, so like that. And then I'm going to glue that onto there. Yeah, so as I was saying guys, sorry about that, got sidetracked again. Yeah, my nan was the crafter, so my mum, she knits as well, but my nan, she was the one that made all the dolls' clothes, and she used to knit us loads of jumpers and that when we were smaller, when we were kids. Then my mum, she started knitting. My nan taught my mum to knit. They did try teaching me to knit, but my knitting ends up with holes in it because I dropped stitches, so I ended up not doing knitting. Tried crocheting, I couldn't do that either. Couldn't get the hang of that, so that was not for me. So, and then when I was in my early 20s, I saw something on somewhere for doing cross stitch, so I started cross stitching, and then as the few years went by and my kids got a little bit older, I thought my auntie and my nan started making cards. So then I got into making cards because of my nan and my aunt. So yeah, that's how I ended up making cards. And I've been making cards ever since. I don't do cross stitch as much now. I've still got cross stitch, but I tend not to do cross stitch anymore. I got rid of a load of stuff years and years ago, so I decided it wasn't for me anymore. So I thought, oh, I'll just try something different. So I went on to making cards for a while, and then I lost interest, and then I make cards now and then for family members and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I've stopped. I got back into that then. So I got sidetracked again talking, and I'm forgetting what I'm trying to do on my card. So I need to, because I wanted to cut a die out. I don't know which. All my dies are all muddled up. I did have them on like magnetic backgrounds, but they were really annoying to get off and get back in the folder thing that I got, so I decided to take them all off of it and just use one of the dies, these plastic wallets that I've got. So that's what I went with in the end. So these dies, hopefully this is going to cut out of there, because I don't want to have another piece of card. Yep, that'll work. Yeah, so excuse me while I just come over to my die cutting machine again and cut my die out. I'm hoping to get an electronic die cutter in the future, because it'll make my life a little bit easier than doing it by hand and having to keep getting up off my seat to come over and use my die cutting machine. So yeah, so I've had this die cutting machine for quite a few years, but I've never really used it that much. So now I'm back into making cards. It's not, I don't know, this ain't quite the perfect fit for this oval shaped die, but it's the best I can do with the dies that I have, because all my dies come from Amazon. They're not expensive dies, you know, and they cost me like between £5 and £6 for a pack of nesting dies that are oval shaped. So I just wanted to take like put the roses onto an oval shape. Really, that's looking good. Considering I didn't come in with any kind of plan on this card, I'm just making it as I go along, really. I just wish I had a bit more room on this desk, because I've got all my things that I use to hand, like all my glues, my glue pens, my bows, my ribbons, my gems, all my little dabber things, and then my prick sticks as well, and everything else is all over the other side of the room. So yeah, so anyway, got this book of sentiments by Hunky Dory, so I'm going to see if I can find like a nice pink sentiment maybe to go on the top of this. I mean, I have somebody at work at the moment that's just lost their father-in-law, unfortunately. He passed away on Friday, so it's my best friend at work, so I'm thinking I might turn this into a with sympathy card to give it to her at work. It's not the kind of cards you really want to make when you're making cards, but you know, you do have to do them now and again. I do have to make them now and again. So I'm going to come in, hopefully these little circle dots actually work, because these are a bit of a pain to get out. Maybe I should use my pokey tool, really. Maybe that will work better than these, than my fingers rather. They're a little bit awkward to get out. I got these from, where did I get these from? Range last year when I went there with my mum. We have a girly day out now and again. So yeah, go shopping, we go out for lunch. I shop, my mum buys lunch. I shop and get crafting supplies from the range, go to B&M, all them sort of places. Fortunately we don't have I'm not sure whether we've got a hobby craft in the area where I live, close by, so we always have to end up getting the bus to wherever we're going. So right, I'm going to stick that on there now, so that's that done. Leave that to one side for a minute, put that in there, and then the next bit I want to do is find some gems to go onto this one, so bear with me while I find the right colour. Maybe I'll go with these lovely light clear ones, clear pink. A couple of big ones on there, that might work. I don't know, I've only had this lid off for a little while, the pin out, and it's dried up in the top, so I'm going to have to put my pin in it. Give it a bit of a poke with the pin to get the glue to come out at the end. So there we go. Now I don't need my picky up tool for this one because these are stuck onto this plastic, so I'm just going to use my other flat, whatever that end is called, on my 3-in-1 die brush. So I'm just going to pick these up. I think maybe I should have gone with a paler pink for the dye, for the sentiment, but I think it kind of works. So I think that's all for that card now, folks. So I've done 3 cards today. I hope you enjoyed the video. A bit long-winded, I know, and a few mistakes. Now I've lost my other cards. I'm just going to bring my other 2 cards in that I've made to show you, and then hopefully they turned out alright. They're not too bad, considering I had things planned and then everything went, all my designs went a bit wrong, but never mind. They still worked in the end, so I'm happy with them. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. In the meantime, please do subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you again in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.